That's what one serving costs. Just 49 cents. One simple fruit you can find in almost any store. And in a clinical study, it improved insulin sensitivity in just 6 weeks. The fruit is blueberries. But before you think you already know everything about blueberries, you don't. Because most people eat them the wrong way, at the wrong time, and cancel out up to 70% of the benefit without even realizing it. And here's the part that should really get your attention. Right now, there are probably several fruits sitting in your kitchen. Some of them are helping your blood sugar. Others are quietly making it worse. And no one is telling you which is which. Not the label, not your doctor, not even most nutrition advice online. Today, we're going to break it down clearly. I'll show you 7 of the most common fruits people eat after 60 and rank them from worst to best. The last one might surprise you, because it's not just safe. It can actually help your body respond better to insulin. But first, you need to understand something important. Fruit is not just healthy or unhealthy. It doesn't work like that. Think of fruit like a medicine cabinet. Some options support your body. Some make things worse. And some look identical on the outside, but behave completely differently inside your body. Here's what actually happens inside your body when you eat fruit. Most of the sugar in fruit is fructose. And fructose doesn't go straight into your bloodstream like regular sugar. It takes a different path. It goes directly to your liver first. Now, in small amounts, when the fruit still has its fiber, your body handles this perfectly fine. The fiber slows everything down. The sugar is released gradually. Your blood sugar stays stable. No spike, no crash. Everything works the way it should. But this is where most people go wrong. The moment you remove the fiber, everything changes. When you juice fruit, blend it, or choose fruits that are naturally low in fiber but high in sugar, that fructose hits your liver all at once. And your liver doesn't like that. It gets overloaded. It starts converting that excess fructose into fat. And even worse, it begins to resist insulin. This is what's called insulin resistance at the liver level. And once that starts happening, your blood sugar begins to rise, even when you're not eating, even overnight, even after 10 to 12 hours of fasting. That's why some fruits help you, and some quietly work against you. It's not just about sugar content. It's about how fast that sugar hits your system, how much fiber is protecting you, and how your body processes it over time. Once you understand this, everything starts to make sense. And you'll see why the fruits at the top of this list are so powerful, because they don't just avoid the problem. They actually help your body fix it. Let's start with number 7, the worst one on this list. And I know this might surprise you. Watermelon. Now, I know what you're thinking. Watermelon is refreshing. It's mostly water. It feels light, healthy, even hydrating. How could that possibly be a problem? Here's the issue. The glycemic index of watermelon is around 72. That puts it in the high category. Higher than white bread. Higher than many foods people already try to avoid. And the real problem isn't just the number. It's how people actually eat it. Nobody eats one small piece of watermelon. Most people eat 2, sometimes 3 full cups, especially in the summer. Sitting outside, relaxed, not paying attention. And that's where the problem starts. Watermelon has very little fiber. That means there's nothing slowing down the sugar. So when you eat it, especially on an empty stomach, the sugar hits your system fast. Very fast. It's almost like drinking sugar water. Now, technically, the glycemic load per small portion is not extremely high because it's mostly water. But in real life, people don't eat small portions. And when you combine large portions with an empty stomach, you get a spike. A fast spike in blood sugar. And if you're over 60, especially if you're already managing blood sugar, that spike is exactly what you want to avoid. So does that mean you can never eat watermelon? No, but you have to change how you eat it. Always after a meal, never alone, and always in a small portion. That one change alone can cut the impact almost in half. Number 6. And this one fools people more than almost any other fruit. Pineapple. Pineapple has a very strong health reputation. People hear about bromelain, an enzyme that helps digestion and inflammation, and they immediately assume the whole fruit must be great for blood sugar. But that's where the mistake happens. Pineapple has a glycemic index between 59 and 66, depending on ripeness. That's already moderate to high. But the bigger issue is the sugar-to-fiber ratio. 1 cup of pineapple contains over 16 grams of sugar and only about 2 grams of fiber. That combination is exactly what overwhelms your system. High sugar, low fiber, fast absorption. And here's the key point most people misunderstand. Bromelain does not protect your blood sugar. It helps break down protein. That's a completely different system. So yes, pineapple can help digestion, but at the same time, it can spike your glucose. If you eat it alone, especially as a snack, it hits your system quickly. If you really enjoy pineapple, the rule is simple. Small portion, after a protein-rich meal, never juiced, never blended. Number 5. And this one is everywhere. Mango. Mango is one of the most popular fruits in the world. Sweet, soft, satisfying. But here's what most people don't realize. One whole mango contains around 45 to 46 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. And the problem is not just the sugar itself. It's the portion. When you sit down with a mango, you usually eat the entire thing. That's over 50 grams of carbs in one sitting. For someone trying to control blood sugar, that's a massive load. Many people replace bread with fruit thinking it's healthier. But then they eat a full mango every morning, and their glucose keeps rising. If you like mango, you don't need to eliminate it. But you must control the portion. Half a mango. After a meal. Not alone. That one adjustment can make a huge difference. Number 4. This is where things get tricky. Grapes. Because one grape feels harmless. But nobody eats just one. You sit down with a bowl, and before you realize it, you've eaten 40 or 50 grapes. That's around 35 to 40 grams of sugar. The problem with grapes is speed. They're small, easy to eat, no preparation, no effort. You eat them faster than your body can register fullness. And here's something most people don't know. The skin contains beneficial compounds, but the inside is mostly pure sugar. So yes, grapes have benefits, but only in very controlled portions. About 10 grapes. Not a bowl. After a meal. Not as a snack. That's the difference between benefit and damage. Number 3. And this one depends on one detail most people ignore. Banana. Not all bananas are the same. The difference is ripeness. A green banana contains resistant starch. This type of starch is not fully digested. It doesn't spike blood sugar the same way. But as the banana ripens, that starch turns into sugar. Same banana. Completely different effect. A ripe, soft banana can spike your glucose much faster than a firm, slightly green one. So the rule is simple. If you eat bananas, choose them slightly green. Not brown, not overly soft. That small detail changes everything. Number 2. And this one most people get half right. Apple. Apples are powerful, but only if you eat them correctly. The key is pectin, a type of fiber found mostly in the skin. Pectin forms a gel in your digestive system. That slows down sugar absorption. But here's the mistake. People peel apples, or drink apple juice, or eat applesauce. The moment you remove the skin, you lose most of the benefit. So the rule is simple. Whole apple, skin on, and ideally, after protein, not alone. Number 1. The most powerful fruit on this list. Blueberries. Blueberries don't just avoid spikes. They can actually improve how your body responds to insulin. They contain anthocyanins, compounds that help your cells use glucose more effectively. That means sugar leaves your bloodstream faster and gets used for energy. This is why in studies, people who added blueberries saw improvements in insulin sensitivity. But again, timing matters. Half a cup. After protein. Not in juice. Not blended. Whole. That's how you get the real benefit. And finally, the biggest mistakes that cancel everything. Fruit juice. No fiber. Just sugar. Smoothies. Fiber destroyed. Fast absorption. Fruit on an empty stomach. Nothing to slow it down. And dried fruit. Extremely concentrated sugar. Avoid these 4 mistakes, and everything changes. Because it's not just what you eat. It's how you eat it. And that's what makes the difference.